Um, Turning to Jeremiah chapter 21 and verse 5. You're going to Jeremiah chapter 21 and verse 5. It says, "And I myself will fight against you with an outstretched hand and with a strong arm, even in anger and in fury and in great wrath." See? That's the Lord saying that He will fight against His people. See? Because these people sin against God. It's like now. That's why God put the coronavirus upon us. That's how God doing. He's destroying people. Destroy you with war. We're going to have war probably. Famine, pestilence, war. That's how He destroy you. You use different things. Hurricane, tornadoes, earthquake, different ways. But it's He mostly destroy people with war, famine, and pestilence. See? That's why we're going to have war sooner or later. We're going to fight Iran. All right. At verse 6, it says, "And I will smite the inhabitant of the city, both man and beast. They shall die of a great pestilence." You see what the Lord said? Both man and beast. You will smite the city and they will die of a great pestilence. See? And verse 7. "And afterward, saith the Lord, I will deliver Zedekiah king of Judah and his servant and the people and such as are left in the city from the pestilence, from the sword, from the famine." You see? He used pestilence as pandemic, as a disease. Pandemic, that's like we have now, the coronavirus. And from the sword. Sword is war. That's why we probably going to have war here pretty soon. We're going to fight Iran sooner or later. Because we sin against war. We may even have a civil war here. Our nation is divided. See? Sword and from the famine. See, we're having famine and food shortage. People needing help now, depending on the government to live. See, you weren't supposed to depend on the government to live. You're supposed to be able to take care of yourself, just like our parents did a long time ago. It's a famine into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar. See, king of Babylon. And into the hand of their enemies. See? See, God will bring you into the hand of your enemies. And into the hand of those that seek their life. And He shall smite them with the edge of the sword. That's mean war. It will be killing. Kill you. And He shall not spare them, neither have pity, nor have mercy. See? Ain't gonna have pity on you, no mercy. See? That's what the enemies will do. God gonna give you over to the enemies to destroy you. See? God the one that make war. Cause those nations to turn against each other. Make war, because if you sin against God, that's what that leads to when you have corruption, lying, stealing, and doing all kind of corruption, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, transgender, and all that stuff. God punished for all that. Just read all down in the Old Testament with Israel. That's why Israel was in the captivity in the first Babylon. See, this here is reading about the Babylon, what Nebuchadnezzar did. same thing will happen again. History repeats itself. When you sin against God, all the nations sin against God, God do the same thing. He punished by war, famine, pestilence. See, that's what he put on you. That's why the nation right now, if you just take a look, they're all against each other now. They're starting to be against each other. You know, kingdom against people in the same nations, in the same country. They start being again, kingdom against kingdom, start being against each other. They're divided now, and they make war. All right. It's into the hand of their enemies, into the hand of those that seek their lives. And he shall smite them with the edge of the sword, as war, and he shall not spare them, neither have pity nor have mercy. In verse 8, and unto this people thou shalt say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I set before you the way of life and the way of death. See, God set before you the way of life and the way of death. See, that's why he said choose life. In the Old Testament he said choose life. See, it's set before you the way of life and the way of death. See, he said, what I think it's in Deuteronomy 30, I think. He said choose life. But people don't want to choose life. They still want to commit the fornication, want to be homosexual, want to be transgender. They want to be everything else but the right way, the way God said for you to live. They don't want that. So God destroy. See, they don't want to retain God in their knowledge no more. See, in verse 9 say, he that abide in this city, talking about Jerusalem, that was in the first Babylon. That happened, history repeats itself, usually happen again. And he that abideth in this city shall die by the sword, and by the famine, and by the pestilence. So famine is food shortage, pestilence is disease, sword is war. But he that goeth out and falleth to the Chaldean that siege you, he shall live, and his life shall be unto him for a prey. See? That's why you have to obey God, like I was saying. You know, repent for your sin. See, God wants his people to repent, you know, for their sin. See, like the white people, like I said, they're from Jacob's seed. Israel is from Jacob's seed, Abraham's seed. You know, God given that knowledge. And the white man that built this country. You know, black people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. You know, wouldn't be for white people here, you probably won't have no food for us to eat or nothing. Be like in Africa. See, the people from Africa, they're like from Ham seed. They've been like cursed if they don't live right for God. They hate one another. They destroy. They don't build nothing. They don't build. That's what a lot of people do not understand that. You see how most black here, they do drugs. You know, they don't want nothing. They just do drugs. It's like the people in Africa, I guess. They got that from their ancestors in Africa. See? And you can't tell them nothing. Their mind is gone. You know, and a lot of state patent these drugs law, making it legal, their mind are going to be shown up messed up. It's already messed up, majority of it. See, black people used to have more value when I was coming up, when I was little. You know, they would love one another. You know, they would believe in God. You know, and would help one another. Now they all against one another. You know, black man don't want to hear that. You know, all they're talking about is the white man. It's not the white man. The white man brought you here and give you a better life than you have in Africa and anywhere else in any other country. You don't think about that. See, the more you give people, the more they want. Just like the women. The more rights you give them, the more they want. Until they take over you. You know, that's what people do not understand. They're never satisfied. It's like a man get $1 million. When he get that $1 million, he want 2 or 3. It's on and on. And when he don't have it, he say, if I have $1 million, oh, I'll be all right. See? And once he get it, he want more. He never says, it's like the women. Women right. Want more until they take over, until they want to rule the man. That's where it's gone now. See, they are ruling the man now. You see, he's all in the White House and everywhere in Congress. And they ain't going to stop that until they kick all the man out. And man can't see. I seen it a long time ago. 40 years ago, I seen it was coming. But they don't think. They can't think. Have to think ahead when one thing lead to another. You let the devil ride, next thing you know you want to drive. And after you start driving, he kick you out of your own car. You know, it's just how it works. They're never satisfied. Like the black man. He never satisfied or wants somebody to give him something. He don't want to work for it like a normal human being. But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all today. But God will destroy us. You know, He did using famine, pestilence, earthquake, and different things. Hurricane, you know, different tornadoes, you know. Now it's most of the time of season of tornadoes, you know, in a lot of different states like in Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas, and different places. But He used that to destroy you. See. But He used, like I said, it's like in the first Babylon, He used famine, pestilence, you know, sword, war. See. We're going to have food shortage here now. You see how people be crying for food now, family and all of them. All along a lot of kids be saying they ain't got no food in their house and all that stuff. You know, it'll get worse as time goes on. Haven't seen nothing yet. God been bring war here in this nation. That's God's doing. You have to understand that. That's how He destroy a nation. Nation that be rebellious don't want to obey Him. See? But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all. Thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom.